Hello everyone. Welcome to the virtual class of earning per share. In previous session, I have discussed calculation of weighted average numbers of shares and calculation of EPS as per the guidelines given in accounting standard number 20. Today, in this session, I would like to discuss one of the important topic. In fact, it is a very short topic, but it is one of the important topic from this chapter. It is all about calculation of weighted average number of shares when partly paid equity shares are issued by the company. As we all know that company is free to issue either fully paid equity shares or in some of the cases the equity shares are partly paid. In this situation, the pattern of calculation for weighted average numbers of equity shares will be different. And today in this session, I would like to discuss calculation of weighted average numbers of equity shares and earning per shares when capital structure of the company includes partly paid equity shares. Let us start discussion with first practical question of partly paid equity shares. The question is available on your screen. Share capital of XYZ Company Limited is made up of 1 lakh equity shares of rupees 100 each, of which 60,000 shares are fully paid and 40,000 shares are partly paid at the rate of rupees 60 each. The profit distributable to equity shareholders is rupees 4,20,000. Calculate earning per share as per AS 20. Before understanding the solution of this short question, it is necessary for all of you to understand the question properly. Total number of shares issued by the company 1 lakh. Out of these 1 lakh shares issued by the company, 60,000 numbers of shares are fully paid. Face value is 100 and paid up capital on these 60,000 shares are also 100. And remaining 40,000 shares are partly paid up because face value of the share is rupees 100 and paid up amount on these 40,000 numbers of shares are rupees 60 per share. Here the question is combined for both the varieties of equity shares, fully paid up shares as well as partly paid up shares. On the other hand, the amount of profit distributable to equity shareholders are given to us in a ready-made form and the amount of profit is rupees 4,20,000. We need to calculate earning per share using the guidelines provided in accounting standard number 20. In this question, information related to dates are not given. So it is assumed that right from the first day of accounting year to the last day of accounting year, situation remains same. And if the situation remains same throughout the year, right from the first day of accounting year to the last day of the accounting year, the time element does not make any significant impact on the calculation. But if information related to dates are given, we have to calculate weighted average numbers of equity shares considering the importance of time element. After discussion of the question, let us move to the solution of this question. For the purpose of solution of this question, it is necessary for us to calculate weighted average numbers of equity shares. But before that, it is necessary for all of us to know the guidelines given under accounting standard number 20. In the first paragraph, I have written guidelines given under accounting standard number 20. When capital structure of the company includes partly paid shares along with fully paid shares, then while calculation of weighted average number of equity shares, partly paid shares will be given weightage in the ratio of fully paid shares. This is a guideline given for the calculation of partly paid shares when the capital structure includes partly paid shares. In a given question, partly paid shares are included in the capital structure of the company. So, it is necessary for all of you to understand the interpretation of these guidelines. For the calculation of weighted average numbers of partly paid shares, we need to convert these partly paid shares into the fully paid numbers. So, in order to convert partly paid shares in the proportion of fully paid, we need to apply the amount of partly paid shares and fully paid shares, or you can say face value of the share. Let us calculate weighted average numbers of equity shares using the given details. 60,000 equity shares. These shares are fully paid, multiplied by 12 divided by 12 months. As I discussed with you that in entire question, information related to dates of the transactions are not given. So it is assumed that right from the first day of the accounting year to the last day of the accounting year, numbers of equity shares remain same. So the element of time is 12 divided by 12. 60,000 equity shares fully paid multiplied by 12 divided by 12 months. So numbers of equity shares are 60,000. This is calculation for fully paid equity shares. Now we have 40,000 equity shares and these shares are partly paid. On these shares, rupees 60 is paid. So multiplied by 60 divided by face value of the share, that is rupees 100. So you can say that 40,000 equity shares on which rupees 60 is paid up, and if the face value is 100, numbers of fully paid shares are 24,000 for this part. The element remains same as numerator and denominator, as no information regarding dates are given to us in our question. So 40,000 equity shares partly paid, on which 60% amount is paid, or rupees 60 is paid out of 100. So as you can say that 40,000 partly paid equity shares equals to 24,000 fully paid equity shares. So total number of equity shares for the calculation of EPS are 84,000. With these 84,000 numbers of weighted average equity shares, we have to calculate our earning per share. After calculation of weighted average numbers of equity shares, it is very easy to calculate earning per share. As we all know, the formula for the calculation of EPS. Basic EPS is equal to profit distributable to equity shareholders divided by weighted average numbers of equity shares. Information related to profit distributable to equity shareholders is given to us in a ready-made form, and the amount of profit is rupees 4,20,000. Weighted average numbers of equity shares, it is 84,000. We have completed calculation of weighted average numbers of equity shares just before 1 minute. So 4,20,000 divided by weighted average numbers of equity shares 84,000. Earning per share rupees 5. With this calculation of rupees 5, our answer is not coming to an end because our capital structure includes partly paid shares as well as fully paid shares. So we have to calculate earning per share for both the varieties of equity shares. Let us calculate earning per share for fully paid shares. For fully paid shares, rupees 5 per share as per calculation that we have completed just before a minute. For the calculation of EPS on partly paid shares, we need to take the proportion. For fully paid up equity shares, if the value of EPS is rupees 5, so on partly paid shares, only rupees 60 is paid up. So rupees 5 EPS on fully paid shares multiplied by paid up amount 60 divided by face value of the share rupees 100. So 5 multiplied by 60 divided by 100, rupees 3 per share. So as you can say that for fully paid shares, EPS is rupees 5 and on partly paid shares, it is rupees 3. I hope everyone is clear with the solution of this problem. Let us move to the next question based on same thing. Let us discuss the question first. Share capital of ABC Company Limited is as follows. As on 1st April 2019, 60,000 equity share of rupees 100 each fully paid. On 31st December 2019, the company has issued 40,000 equity shares of rupees 100 each, on which rupees 60 is paid up per share. The profit distributable to equity shareholders is rupees 1,32,000. Calculate earning per share as per accounting standard number 20 for the year ending on 31st March 2020. In this question, information related to profit distributable to equity shareholder is given to us in a ready-made form, and it is rupees 1,32,000. This question also includes two different varieties of equity shares in the capital structure. First, it is fully paid equity shares, and fully paid equity shares are 60,000. Second, partly paid equity shares, and partly paid equity shares are 40,000. Face value of these shares is 100, and on which rupees 60 is paid up per share. It is similar to the previous question, that is question number 4 discussed just before a few minutes. So what is special in this question? In this question, information is given along with the date of transaction. So the important aspect of time element, or you can say time factor, is applicable to the calculation of weighted average numbers of equity shares. In a previous question, informations related to dates were not given. So we have assumed that throughout the year, numbers of equity shares remained same. But in this question, informations are given along with the dates so as we can calculate weighted average numbers of equity shares very properly using the time frame, time factor or time element. After understanding the question properly, let us move to the solution of the problem. For the purpose of solution of this problem, we need to calculate weighted average numbers of equity shares. And in case of partly paid shares, we need to convert partly paid shares in the proportion of fully paid shares to follow the guidelines given in accounting standard number 20. In this question, the time frame also affects to the calculation. Let us start calculation of weighted average equity shares. 60,000 equity shares were there on the 1st April 2019, and we have to calculate weighted average numbers of shares for the year 2019-20. So 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020. So full year. So time element 12 divided by 12 months. So numbers of equity shares remain same, 60,000. These shares were available on the very first day of accounting year. So there is no difference in the calculation of fully paid equity shares. But partly paid equity shares were issued on 31st December 2019. You can check even the question for your reference. So 40,000 equity shares, these shares are partly paid up. On these 40,000 numbers of equity shares, the paid up amount per share is rupees 60 for every 100 rupees. So 60 divided by 100 multiplied by element of time, that is 3 months. As per the instruction given in the question, we have issued 40,000 partly paid equity shares on 31st December 2019. So period involved in this calculation, January 2020, February 2020 and March 2020. So 3 months divided by 12 months. So numbers of equity shares after due weightage of time element 6,000. 40,000 first element of calculation, that is partly paid to fully paid, 60 divided by 100 multiplied by element of time 3 months. In previous question it was 12 divided by 12, so there were no effect of time element on the calculation. But in this question, clear-cut information is given related to date of issue, and the date of issue is 31st December 2019. So we have to give effect of the time element 3 divided by 12 months to the calculation, and numbers of weighted average equity shares are 66,000. Now this 66,000 is applicable to the calculation of weighted average. I hope everybody is clear with the calculation of weighted average numbers of equity shares. After calculation of weighted average numbers of equity shares, let us move to the calculation of EPS. As we all know, the formula for the calculation of EPS, it is profit distributable to equity shareholders divided by weighted average numbers of equity shares. In this question, information regarding weighted average numbers of equity shares were not given. So we have completed calculation of weighted average numbers of equity shares using our own logic. And information regarding profit distributable to equity shareholders are given to us in a ready-made form. Suppose profit distributable to equity shareholders are not given in any case, we know the way of calculation for the profit distributable to equity shareholders. So we have to calculate. Anyways, in this calculation, we need not to count anything for profit distributable because the figure of profit distributable to equity shareholders are ready-made given to us. It is rupees 1,32,000. And weighted average numbers of equity shares that we have completed just before a few minutes, 66,000. So earning per share for this particular problem is rupees 2 per share. But it is not the end of our solution because our capital structure includes two different varieties of equity shares, fully paid up and partly paid up. We need to calculate earning per share for both the varieties of shares separately. Let us calculate earning per share for fully paid up shares, rupees 2, as per the calculation made earlier. And for partly paid up shares, rupees 2 multiplied by paid up amount per share 60 divided by face value of the share 100 is equal to rupees 1.2 per share. So earning per share for fully paid shares rupees 2 and earning per share for partly paid shares rupees 1.2 per share. I hope everyone is clear with the solution of both these problems that I have discussed for the partly paid shares. Keep watching the next sessions. Thank you. God bless you.